Transform your pain into greatness. Have you ever felt a pain so intense, so overwhelming, that it made you question everything, your strength, your purpose, your future? It could be the loss of someone dear, a shattered dream, or a betrayal that left scars. We've all faced moments like this. But here's the truth. That same pain, the one that tried to break you, holds the power to make you unstoppable. Yes, that's right. That pain isn't an ending. It's the beginning of something incredible. Are you ready to transform it into your strength? To turn your suffering into greatness? Greatness isn't something handed to you. It's something you create. And more often than not, it's forged through hardship, through struggle, through pain. It's in those lowest moments when you feel like you can't go on that you find out who you really are. So, are you ready to rise? Welcome to Stoic in Your Life. Let's turn your pain into power. 1. Embracing pain as a path to greatness. Life often delivers pain so intense that it shakes us to our core, making us question everything: our purpose, strength, and resilience. For men navigating the middle and later years of life, these challenges can feel particularly profound, often arising from deep-seated experiences, losses, unfulfilled dreams, or unexpected betrayals that seem to threaten the foundation of who we are. But as Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, reminds us, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Pain, when understood and embraced, can become one of the greatest teachers we'll ever know. Instead of viewing it as an obstacle, consider pain as a mentor on the path to greatness, capable of unlocking hidden reservoirs of wisdom, compassion, and perseverance within us. Reflecting on painful experiences in our lives, we can begin to see that these moments have a unique power to shape us. Just as a blacksmith hammers steel to make it strong, life uses pain to refine and reveal our strengths. Every blow of hardship can make us sharper, more resilient, and more capable if we allow it. This shift in mindset, seeing pain not as a foe but as an ally, enables us to draw closer to our potential. Think of the most influential figures in history, or even in our personal lives. Many of them did not rise to greatness through comfort or ease, but through trials that forced them to confront their vulnerabilities. It's precisely in these experiences that we find opportunities to grow into the best versions of ourselves. In our culture, it's often tempting to ignore or sideline pain, treating it as something to be buried rather than faced. However, the wisdom of Stoicism encourages us to confront our suffering directly, to learn from it and build upon it. Marcus Aurelius, another revered Stoic, reminds us that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. By welcoming our pain and viewing it as a stepping stone rather than a setback, we gain the power to turn it into a powerful force for change. Consider a man who loses his job later in life. He could let the situation define him, allowing the sense of failure to diminish his sense of self-worth. But if he instead sees this as an invitation to rebuild, he may find himself discovering a new path, a renewed purpose, and strengths he never knew he had. There's a critical mindset shift needed to transform pain into greatness, one that requires courage and a willingness to be vulnerable. It begins with acknowledging the pain, rather than hiding from it and looking beyond the immediate suffering to see what it's revealing about us. When we do this, we tap into a source of inner power that goes beyond momentary happiness. This is not about numbing pain with distractions or quick fixes. It's about delving into it, understanding its causes, and using it to uncover our deepest motivations. By choosing to face our suffering, we become like sculptors, chipping away at the stone to reveal a form of ourselves that is more resilient, more compassionate, and more self-aware. This approach to pain doesn't mean glorifying suffering. Rather, it's about finding value within it. Epictetus, who was born a slave but became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, believed that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This is a reminder that our perception of pain can often make it seem more overwhelming than it truly is. The suffering we experience can feel daunting, but by breaking it down and understanding it, we learn that most of our limitations are self-imposed. For instance, think of an athlete who endures pain in training to achieve excellence. He doesn't suffer pointlessly. Each moment of discomfort has a purpose, driving him to reach new heights. In the same way, if we use our pain constructively, we can channel it into personal growth and greater achievements. For those facing the challenges and losses that inevitably come with age, understanding that pain can serve a higher purpose can be life-changing. As we grow older, we accumulate experiences, both joyful and painful, and it's this tapestry of moments that gives life depth and meaning. Instead of letting painful memories or regrets weigh us down, we can approach them with a spirit of curiosity, asking ourselves, what did this experience teach me about myself? How can I use this knowledge to enrich my future? By doing so, we transform our pain into a rich source of insight and resilience that can guide us through future obstacles with a sense of purpose and clarity. Practically, one powerful way to begin this journey is through reflection. Take a moment to write about a painful experience you've endured, something that has left a mark on you. Describe what happened, how it made you feel, and what insights you gained from it. Perhaps you discovered a strength you didn't know you had, or maybe you developed empathy for others in similar situations. Reflecting on these moments can reveal hidden patterns and truths that empower us to make better decisions moving forward. As you engage in this exercise, remember that this isn't merely about revisiting old wounds. It's about mining the lessons within those wounds and emerging stronger. This process of embracing pain as a teacher is a lifelong practice. In modern life, where distractions are everywhere and our attention is constantly pulled in different directions, it can be easy to avoid these moments of reflection. Yet, for those willing to engage with their pain and learn from it, the rewards are profound. This approach brings a deeper level of self-awareness and emotional resilience, traits that become the foundation of true greatness. As we age, we are called upon to become mentors, guides, and examples for others, and there's no better way to lead than by showing how we can transform our trials into triumphs. Greatness isn't handed to us on a silver platter. It's forged in the fire of our hardest moments. Pain, if we allow it, can illuminate our path forward, giving us a sense of purpose that goes beyond personal achievement. By adopting the Stoic perspective of using every challenge as a stepping stone, we don't just survive adversity, we thrive because of it. As you find yourself struggling, remember that you have the power to choose. You can let pain define you, or you can let it refine you, transforming it into a pathway toward wisdom, strength, and lasting greatness. As you move forward, let these words of Seneca be a beacon. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Embrace your pain, harness its power, and use it to carve a life of meaning, resilience, and true greatness. 2. Resilience and rising from rock bottom. When life knocks us down, leaving us feeling broken and lost, we often find ourselves at a pivotal crossroads where we're forced to make a choice. Do we stay down, or do we get up and keep going? This decision is not just a reaction to pain, it's a declaration of who we choose to become, a commitment to personal growth and resilience. Every challenge you face presents this choice, and with each decision to rise, you're building a foundation of strength that no one can take from you. Think about the people who have hit rock bottom, whether through personal loss, career failures, or unexpected hardships. Many of them didn't simply endure those moments. They transformed them into something meaningful. The story of J.K. Rowling comes to mind. She was a single mother, living on welfare, rejected by multiple publishers, and barely scraping by. But instead of letting her circumstances defeat her, she chose to rise. And in doing so, she created a legacy that would inspire millions. This resilience didn't erase her pain, but rather helped her turn it into fuel, igniting her drive to create something beyond herself. What would happen if, in your own life, you saw each setback not as a defeat, but as a step on the path to resilience? At rock bottom, the decision to rise is a transformative act. In those moments, rising is not about ignoring the pain but about embracing it, using it as the foundation to build something stronger within yourself. When you make this choice, you're not just surviving, you're actively choosing to grow, to let your hardships mold you into a person who can withstand life's inevitable storms. Each hardship, every disappointment, is an opportunity to learn and adapt, to become someone who stands firm even when the world feels like it's falling apart. And as you continue making that choice, your spirit becomes fortified, unbreakable, capable of facing future challenges with a newfound inner strength. This process of resilience, of rising from rock bottom and facing life head-on, transforms pain into a powerful force that shapes you into a person of purpose and endurance. So, when you're confronted with hardship, ask yourself, how can this experience help me grow? What can I learn here that will make me stronger? These questions open the door to seeing each struggle as a chance to rise above your circumstances and create a new chapter. Imagine approaching life's challenges this way, with the belief that every setback is training for something greater. When you view adversity as a stepping stone, rather than a stumbling block, you start to see pain not as something to be feared, but as a crucial part of your journey to greatness. This mindset doesn't make the pain disappear, but it does change how you experience it. Rather than feeling powerless, you'll find empowerment in your choice to keep moving forward. The lessons we learn when we choose to rise after hitting rock bottom stay with us. They become part of our character, a testament to our ability to endure, adapt, and thrive. This choice is not just about overcoming one hardship. It's about building a life based on resilience, about creating a legacy of strength that others can look up to. Remember, resilience is not a one-time act, but a habit, something we cultivate each time we choose to rise. Every time you decide to stand up after falling, you are shaping a stronger version of yourself, one who is ready to face whatever comes next. Life will keep challenging you, but with each challenge, you'll find yourself better prepared, more resilient, and more grounded in your own inner strength. The next time life brings you to your knees, remember that you have the power to decide what comes next. You can stay down, or you can choose to rise, to turn your pain into purpose, and to use every setback as a stepping stone to a life built on strength and resilience. As you go forward, let these moments of resilience define you. Let them build you into a person who faces adversity with courage and grace. The journey to greatness is not easy, but with each decision to rise, you're making that journey yours, one that is marked by a spirit of unyielding resilience and a profound commitment to growth. 3. Learning from painful experiences to fuel growth. Pain, as difficult as it may be, holds the potential to shape us in powerful ways if we allow it to guide us rather than consume us. For a moment, if instead of viewing pain as a burden, you saw it as a compass pointing toward growth, self-discovery, and even purpose. This isn't just about enduring. It's about transforming pain into a source of strength, a pathway to becoming more than you were before. As Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. When we choose to redefine our relationship with pain, we open doors to self-understanding and purpose that otherwise might remain hidden. How many times have you gone through a painful experience only to realize later that it changed you for the better, perhaps even leading you to a calling or cause? Often, it's in the depths of our struggles that we uncover what truly matters to us. Think of those who have faced intense personal loss, and in the aftermath, felt compelled to help others facing similar struggles. The grief they endured became the spark for a mission, a way to use their experiences to create something meaningful for others. By turning pain into purpose, they not only heal themselves but also offer a sense of hope and support to others who might be feeling lost or broken. In the story of a father who loses a child, and in his grief, creates a foundation to support parents in similar situations. His pain, while profound, is no longer a stagnant wound. It becomes a driving force, inspiring him to transform his suffering into a powerful tool for good. In this process, pain is not only acknowledged but embraced and redirected into a positive and impactful endeavor. Ask yourself, what if your own pain could be used in this way? What lessons does your pain hold? And how could they inspire not only your growth but also make a difference in the lives of others? Pain doesn't have to be a dark shadow we try to escape. It can be a teacher, even a friend, that shows us the depth of our resilience and capacity for empathy. In fact, pain can be a gateway to understanding ourselves more deeply and connecting with others on a level we never imagined. Epictetus wisely said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This wisdom invites us to see our pain not as an endless pit, but as an opportunity to shape our responses, grow, and discover who we are beyond the surface. Each painful experience is a lesson if we choose to see it that way, urging us to dig deeper, to reflect, and to use that insight to fuel our journey forward. Imagine the power that lies within you if you can take the moments that tested you most and turn them into a source of strength and guidance. Pain then becomes less about suffering and more about building character, revealing new strengths, and expanding our capacity to endure. The process of turning pain into purpose is a shift in perspective, a conscious choice to move beyond merely enduring hardship to actively using it as a springboard for positive change. For some, this might mean volunteering, mentoring others, or simply sharing their story to let others know they're not alone. These actions are small but significant steps that bring light to others, showing them a path out of darkness. Imagine what would happen if each of us did this, if we saw our painful experiences as unique gifts that we could use to make someone else's journey just a little bit easier. It doesn't erase the pain, but it gives it meaning, turning suffering into a shared human experience that connects us all. The Stoics teach us that the way we interpret and respond to pain is in our control, and through that control we can find freedom and purpose. What if every painful moment in your life held within it a hidden lesson or strength waiting to be uncovered? Sometimes, in our darkest hours, we find a clarity and direction that we never knew we needed. In many ways, our pain can be a fuel, pushing us toward our true path and revealing our inner resilience. Each hardship is like a refining fire, tempering us, bringing out qualities we may not have recognized or valued in ourselves before. What has pain taught you about your own resilience? And how can you use that lesson to not only uplift yourself, but also to offer comfort to others who may be struggling? 3.1. In moments of deep suffering, it's natural to feel isolated or lost. But these are also moments when we are most open to finding new meaning, to reimagining our lives with fresh eyes. By accepting and learning from our pain, we begin to see it not just as a challenge, but as an invitation to grow, to transform, and to build something new. Pain, when acknowledged and repurposed, becomes a powerful force, a motivation to step forward into a life shaped by purpose and clarity. We come to understand that our struggles are not wasted. They are the foundation upon which we build a richer, more compassionate life. In this way, pain becomes a fuel that not only propels us but also lights a path for those who follow. So, what steps will you take to harness the power of your own painful experiences? Can you see the potential for growth hidden within them, waiting to be unlocked? By actively choosing to use our pain constructively, we turn it into a beacon that shines not just for ourselves, but for others as well. Whether you volunteer, reach out to someone who's struggling, or simply offer a listening ear, you're transforming your pain into a purpose that resonates beyond you. It's a powerful shift, from victim of circumstance to creator of purpose. And this transformation doesn't just change your own life. It ripples outward, touching lives and inspiring others to do the same. The choice to use pain as a stepping stone toward greatness is one of the most courageous choices we can make. So, remember the words of Seneca. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Embrace that courage. Let your pain fuel your purpose, and allow it to lead you to a life of growth, connection, and enduring impact. You've taken the first step toward greatness. Let us know you're committed by commenting "Pain fuels my purpose." And don't miss out on what's next. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this powerful journey. 4. Inspiring others through your story of resilience. Every experience of resilience, every battle faced and won, has the power to inspire, reaching far beyond personal triumph and creating a ripple effect that can uplift those around us. When we openly share the stories of the challenges we've endured, we are not merely recounting tales of hardship. We are offering others hope, a reminder that resilience is possible no matter how dark the situation may seem. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This Stoic wisdom speaks to the transformative power of obstacles. By overcoming them, we pave a path not only for ourselves but also for others who may be struggling. Think about the times in your life when you've witnessed someone rise from adversity and how it impacted you. Their story likely left a mark, showing you what was possible, perhaps even planting a seed of courage within you to face your own difficulties. When you choose to share your journey, whether through mentoring, supporting a friend, or speaking openly about your experiences, you are extending a lifeline to others who may be silently grappling with similar challenges. Each time we allow our experiences to serve a greater purpose, we become a beacon for those who need it most. When a man who has endured the pain of losing his job late in his career, a situation many might consider devastating, instead of letting this event break him, he channels his experience into guiding younger colleagues or others facing job loss, helping them see the light at the end of their tunnel. His story of resilience doesn't just uplift his own spirits but has the potential to change lives, offering practical advice and emotional support to those who feel lost. This act of sharing isn't just about narrating one's own hardships. It's about using those hardships as tools to uplift, guide, and empower others to find strength within themselves. By doing so, we transform pain into a purpose that resonates far beyond personal healing, showing others that resilience is not only achievable, but within their own reach. In today's world, where personal connections can sometimes feel superficial, sharing stories of true resilience brings us back to the core of human connection. Think about the heroes you admire, whether historical figures, family members, or close friends. They likely didn't inspire you with tales of comfort and ease. Rather, it was their endurance through hardships that made their stories compelling. Their resilience, their ability to face trials with strength and humility, is what likely inspired you. When you embrace this role, you're giving others a glimpse of what they too can achieve. Whether you're a mentor, a father, a friend, or simply someone willing to be vulnerable, sharing your journey can create a lasting impact that extends into your community. You may never know how deeply your story resonates with someone else, but each time you share it, you are opening a door, showing others that they too can rise above their challenges. In sharing your resilience, approach it with humility and authenticity. There's no need to embellish or dramatize. Real stories of overcoming speak louder than any added flair. People connect with honesty, with genuine accounts of the highs and lows that come with overcoming hardship. By being open, you allow others to see not just the outcome but the struggle, the process, and the strength it took to arrive there. This honesty has the potential to inspire others to face their own obstacles with courage, understanding that resilience is built not in moments of comfort but in times of adversity. When you openly share both the struggles and victories, you provide a realistic and empowering example that resilience is within reach for anyone willing to fight for it. By embracing the role of mentor or storyteller, you become a part of something greater, something that contributes positively to the lives of others and, in turn, deepens your own sense of purpose. Every time you share a piece of your journey, you're not just recounting your past, you're planting seeds of hope, courage, and resilience in others, creating a legacy that can ripple outward, touching countless lives. In the end, inspiring others through resilience is about more than words. It's about living as an example, showing that pain can indeed be transformed into greatness. This choice, to use your struggles as a beacon for others, is one of the most powerful gifts you can give. Remember, as Seneca said, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Let your life, your resilience, and your openness to share become a testament to this truth. By embracing this role, you create an enduring impact, encouraging others to find their own strength and to continue their journey with hope. Whether you know it or not, your story of resilience has the power to inspire, to uplift, and to leave a legacy of strength and compassion for others to follow. So share it, live it, and let it shine. 5. Strengthening your inner circle. Building a strong inner circle is one of the most powerful tools on the journey to greatness. No one becomes truly strong alone. We are social beings who thrive when surrounded by others who encourage, challenge, and uplift us. When setting out on a difficult journey, if you're surrounded by people who believe in your potential and keep you moving forward when times get tough, that journey becomes more manageable, and each step feels less burdensome. A supportive network fosters resilience and offers strength during times of struggle, enabling you to rise above challenges with a clearer mind and greater determination. Aristotle once said, "A friend to all is a friend to none," reminding us that it's the quality, not the quantity, of our connections that matters most. Choose companions who genuinely care about your growth and purpose. Those who won't just agree with you but will push you to become better. Reflect for a moment. Who in your life truly wants to see you thrive? Who lifts you up? And who drains your energy or fills your mind with doubt? Surrounding yourself with people who challenge you constructively, encourage your vision, and understand your goals is like building a fortress of strength around yourself. At the same time, part of strengthening your inner circle means letting go of those who weigh you down or bring negativity into your life. It's often difficult to distance ourselves from relationships that no longer serve us, especially if they've been a part of our lives for a long time. But if someone consistently brings criticism without encouragement or doubt without belief, their presence may be blocking your path to growth. How much easier is it to stay focused and motivated when you're not constantly defending your choices or energy from people who can't see or support your vision? Letting go isn't about animosity. It's about prioritizing your well-being and growth. When you make space in your life for positive influences, you allow yourself to cultivate an environment that nurtures resilience, one where you can thrive rather than simply endure. Consider the story of a successful entrepreneur who surrounded herself with a network of driven, positive individuals who understood her dreams and goals. While some of her old friends criticized her ambitions or didn't believe in her vision, she chose to build relationships with people who shared her values and encouraged her, helping her to overcome countless obstacles. This wasn't about abandoning her past friendships out of arrogance. It was about understanding that if she wanted to grow, she needed the kind of support that would empower her. Through her inner circle, she found the inspiration to keep moving forward. And when she achieved her dreams, she was surrounded by people who celebrated her success, as they were a part of it. Reflect on your own life. Are there people who truly uplift you, who inspire you to keep pushing through the tough times? Who are the individuals you can turn to when things feel difficult, knowing they'll offer guidance, encouragement, or simply a listening ear? Building and nurturing a strong support system is not only practical, but also deeply rewarding. When you're surrounded by people who embody resilience, who view obstacles as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, their strength becomes contagious. You start to see that no challenge is insurmountable when you're not facing it alone. To strengthen your inner circle, seek out people who embody qualities you admire, whether it's resilience, integrity, empathy, or a deep sense of purpose. These are the people who will not only support you but will challenge you to grow. Invest time in these relationships, nurture them, and be there for them as they are for you. A strong inner circle is a two-way street. It's about building mutual trust, respect, and a shared commitment to growth. Ask yourself, how can you be a source of strength and encouragement for others too? When you give as much as you receive, you create a network grounded in mutual respect and empowerment, one that withstands life's inevitable ups and downs. In life, we all need reminders of our own strength, and sometimes those reminders come from the people who know us best. Together, you and your inner circle can create a community that lifts everyone higher. Each person in your circle adds a layer of support, and in times of struggle, they become your anchor, helping you to stay grounded and resilient. Life will always present challenges, but with the right people by your side, you'll be better equipped to handle them. So, as you go forward, remember the importance of choosing your inner circle wisely. Surround yourself with those who inspire you to greatness, and be that inspiration in return. Together you can build a foundation of resilience, one that empowers you to transform any pain into a stepping stone toward greatness. 6. Cultivating a resilient mindset. Cultivating a resilient mindset starts with embracing pain not as an enemy, but as one of life's most profound teachers. Often we think of pain as something to avoid, a barrier in the way of happiness. But what if we reframed it as a stepping stone instead? When we see pain as an opportunity to learn about ourselves, we begin to discover our own depths of strength and identify areas where we can grow. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "The obstacle is the way." In other words, the very challenges we dread are the ones that push us to expand our capacities, revealing strengths we may not have recognized. Every painful experience you encounter can be an invitation to dig deeper, to learn, and ultimately to adapt. Reflect on a time when you faced hardship. Did it teach you something unexpected about yourself, perhaps revealing a courage you didn't know you had? These moments aren't just random misfortunes. They're life's way of asking, what will you do with this? To build resilience, we must adopt a reflective approach to pain, seeing it as an opportunity to grow rather than a punishment to endure. In modern life, we're often pressured to brush aside struggles or move on too quickly, but taking the time to reflect on each experience of difficulty can be incredibly empowering. Keeping a journal allows us to capture not just what happened, but how we responded, what we learned, and where we found strength. Over time, these reflections reveal patterns, showing us that even in our darkest moments, we have managed to pull through. They remind us that we are capable of far more than we often give ourselves credit for. Think about the last significant challenge you overcame. Did it leave you stronger, more capable, or more compassionate? If so, it was more than just a difficult moment. It was a building block in your journey toward a resilient mindset. A resilient mindset is not something we achieve overnight. It's cultivated through consistent practice and perspective. Imagine facing each new hardship with a sense of purpose, viewing it not as an interruption, but as a chance to become better equipped for the future. Every time we shift our perspective on pain, we transform it from a roadblock into a source of inner power. And each time we choose to learn from hardship, we reinforce the idea that we are capable of growth, regardless of the circumstances. This doesn't mean that pain becomes easy or pleasant, but it does mean that we begin to approach challenges with a different question in mind. What can I learn from this? By asking this, we shift from a victim mindset to an empowered one, recognizing that every experience, no matter how painful, has value. Incorporating practices like meditation or mindfulness can further strengthen our ability to handle pain constructively. Meditation teaches us to observe our thoughts without judgment, helping us understand our emotional responses to challenges. When we practice mindfulness, we develop the ability to be present, even in uncomfortable moments, which enables us to process pain rather than being overwhelmed by it. Over time, these practices build resilience, allowing us to face difficulties with a steady mind and a calm spirit. We realize that pain is not something to fear or run from, but something to face head-on, knowing that it is shaping us into stronger individuals. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This wisdom reminds us that mental resilience, much like physical strength, is built by enduring challenges rather than avoiding them. In today's world where we are often expected to keep going, pushing past pain without processing it, taking the time to cultivate resilience can be a transformative act. Resilience allows us not only to survive, but to use every experience, every setback, and every moment of hardship as a fuel for growth. It helps us develop the courage to face future challenges, knowing that we've been shaped by our past struggles and have emerged stronger each time. So, as you move forward in life, consider how you might approach pain differently. Reflect on your journey, honor the struggles you've faced, and recognize the strength they have given you. In doing so, you will find that a resilient mindset doesn't just help you weather life's storms, it enables you to harness their power, transforming pain into one of the most profound motivators for personal growth and purpose. 7. Building and sustaining resilience through lives. Building and sustaining resilience is a lifelong journey, not a destination. Greatness isn't about a single achievement or a moment of glory. It's about navigating the ups and downs that life throws our way, constantly evolving and growing through each experience. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality," reminding us that many of our fears and doubts are self-imposed. True resilience means not allowing these imagined obstacles to deter us from our path. Instead, resilience requires a commitment to long-term growth, to embracing every challenge that comes our way as an essential part of our personal development. When we face obstacles, setbacks, or disappointments, these moments are not failures, but opportunities to strengthen our resolve and clarify our goals. Each challenge we overcome, no matter how small, becomes a building block in our journey toward a resilient life. In modern life, we are often overwhelmed by the pressure to succeed immediately, to avoid struggle and discomfort at all costs. But greatness is rarely born from ease and comfort. It's in the moments when we push through discomfort, when we persist despite setbacks, that we build the foundation of resilience. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's persistence didn't just lead to the invention of the light bulb, it set a lasting example of how resilience fuels success. He didn't see each unsuccessful attempt as a failure, rather he saw it as one step closer to his goal. His journey teaches us that every step forward, even if it's a struggle, is valuable. In our own lives, setting meaningful goals and working steadily toward them, despite the inevitable setbacks, helps us develop a legacy of strength. This persistence doesn't only build character, it serves as an example for others who may be watching, showing them that resilience is a path worth walking. Think about a time in your life when you faced a challenge that seemed insurmountable. Perhaps you lost a job, experienced a personal betrayal, or dealt with a major health issue. In those moments, giving up might have felt like the easier choice. But by choosing to keep going, you not only overcame that single hardship, but also built a level of resilience that prepares you for future challenges. Each small victory, every decision to persevere, strengthens the spirit and builds a legacy of endurance. When others see this resilience, it inspires them to persist in their own battles, creating a ripple effect of courage and determination. Our ability to keep going in the face of adversity shows others that resilience is not only possible, but essential for personal growth and greatness. In building resilience, it's also essential to have a clear purpose or set of values that guide you. When you know what you're working toward and why it matters, setbacks become easier to endure. Purpose gives us direction, keeping us anchored when life becomes turbulent. Setting clear goals and aligning them with our core values can transform challenges from obstacles into milestones on our journey. If your goal is to be a supportive parent, then every hardship you face as an individual becomes an opportunity to demonstrate resilience to your children. They see you not only striving to succeed but handling failure with dignity and determination. In this way, each struggle you endure contributes to a legacy that others can draw strength from, helping them to recognize their own ability to face challenges. Resilience isn't something we're born with. It's something we build, one experience at a time. And the most powerful way to sustain resilience is to treat each hardship as an exercise in growth. Just as a muscle becomes stronger through repeated use, our capacity for resilience increases each time we face difficulty with courage and commitment. As you move forward, think of each challenge not as a setback, but as a training ground preparing you for future triumphs. The journey of resilience is like climbing a mountain. Each step brings you higher, even if it's difficult or painful. Looking back, you'll see that every struggle brought you closer to the summit, to a version of yourself that's stronger, wiser, and more capable of facing whatever comes next. Building resilience through life's challenges creates a legacy, one that doesn't just benefit you but also serves as a beacon of strength for others. Each victory, each struggle, each moment of persistence adds to a story that shows resilience in action, inspiring those around you to face their own struggles with courage. Remember that greatness is a journey, not a single moment, and that each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to becoming the best version of yourself. So embrace every challenge as part of your process. As you build your resilience, you not only transform your own life, but also set a powerful example for others, showing them that every struggle, every hardship, is a step on the path to true greatness. 8. Developing emotional intelligence through pain. Developing emotional intelligence through pain is one of the most powerful ways to transform hardship into personal greatness. Painful experiences often bring intense emotions, anger, sadness, disappointment, that can feel all-consuming, even suffocating. But when we learn to recognize, understand, and channel these emotions, we start building emotional intelligence, a skill essential for resilience and growth. Emotional intelligence involves self-awareness, empathy, and the ability to manage our emotions effectively, even in the midst of difficulty. Just as physical pain alerts us to an injury, emotional pain signals parts of ourselves that need attention, healing, and development. Instead of avoiding or suppressing these feelings, we can choose to face and explore them, gaining insight into our own emotional responses, triggers, and needs. This practice of looking within allows us to transform pain into an ally that guides us toward self-awareness and strength, a mindset that Epictetus captured perfectly when he said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." To develop emotional intelligence through pain, we must begin with self-reflection. When you encounter an emotional response to a difficult situation, try taking a step back and asking yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Maybe a painful loss is teaching you about the depth of your empathy, or perhaps a betrayal is highlighting the need for boundaries in your relationships. By pausing to understand the messages within our emotions, we learn to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Each feeling holds a lesson, a guide that helps us navigate our own values and boundaries. For instance, a man who goes through the pain of a broken friendship might come to realize the importance of mutual respect and trust in relationships. This lesson empowers him to build healthier relationships moving forward, relationships grounded in honesty and respect. In doing so, he's no longer a passive victim of pain but an active participant in his own growth. Emotional intelligence allows us to turn the obstacles of our emotions into insights, helping us to make decisions that are aligned with our values and personal growth. Another key aspect of developing emotional intelligence through pain is practicing empathy, which is often born from our own experiences of hardship. Pain gives us insight into the struggles of others, deepening our compassion and understanding. Think about someone who has experienced the profound loss of a loved one. They often become more attuned to the grief of others, developing an ability to provide genuine comfort. When we choose to view our pain as a bridge connecting us to others, we transform it from an isolating experience into one that fosters community and support. This perspective helps us see pain not as something to endure alone, but as a shared human experience that builds stronger, more meaningful connections. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Painful experiences expand our capacity for kindness, as they make us more understanding and less quick to judge. This empathy enriches our relationships, bringing us closer to others in ways that only shared understanding can. Pain also teaches us about emotional resilience, the ability to manage our emotions effectively in challenging situations. Instead of letting anger or frustration dictate our actions, we can learn to pause, reflect, and choose a response that aligns with our values. For instance, if a colleague criticizes your work unfairly, emotional intelligence helps you to respond calmly, addressing the situation constructively instead of letting anger take over. This skill of managing our emotional responses, especially in painful situations, builds inner strength. With each experience, we become more adept at choosing how we respond, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for understanding and resolution. Developing emotional resilience through pain is like exercising a muscle. The more we practice, the stronger it becomes. In today's fast-paced world, where we are often encouraged to push past or ignore our emotions, cultivating emotional intelligence is a radical act of self-care and growth. Each time we pause to understand our feelings, we reclaim a bit of our power, refusing to let pain define us. Instead, we use it as a stepping stone toward a wiser, more connected self. Emotional intelligence not only helps us understand ourselves better, but also transforms the way we interact with others. We become more present, more aware, and more capable of responding thoughtfully rather than reactively. This shift doesn't just enhance our personal lives, it also impacts our work, our friendships, and our ability to lead others with compassion and clarity. As you work to cultivate emotional intelligence, remember that this journey is a gradual process. There will be times when the emotions seem too overwhelming, but each step you take in facing them brings you closer to a stronger, more resilient self. Reflect on your past experiences of pain. What did they teach you about yourself? How did they change the way you view others? These reflections help us see that even in the midst of hardship, we are growing, learning, and becoming better equipped to face future challenges. In embracing pain as a teacher, we cultivate a mindset that not only prepares us for life's inevitable struggles, but also enables us to transform those struggles into a foundation for personal growth and stronger connections with others. Emotional intelligence becomes one of our greatest assets, allowing us to convert pain into a source of empathy, resilience, and wisdom. This journey of self-discovery, while challenging, empowers us to live a life that is not just about surviving hardships, but about turning them into meaningful stepping stones toward a richer, more fulfilling life. Through pain, we learn to understand ourselves, connect with others, and respond to life's challenges in ways that honor our values and our journey. 9. Turning pain into purposeful action. Turning pain into purposeful action is one of the most powerful ways we can transform our struggles into something meaningful, something that not only uplifts us, but also positively impacts the lives of others. Rather than letting pain define or overwhelm us, we can choose to harness it and direct it toward causes, projects, or goals that create lasting change. Painful experiences often open our eyes to issues we might not have noticed before, showing us the hidden injustices, needs, or overlooked areas in society that could benefit from our attention and empathy. Many people who have experienced deep personal hardships go on to channel their pain into purposeful work, like starting foundations, writing impactful books, or becoming advocates for social change. By giving our pain a purpose, it no longer feels like a heavy burden we carry alone. Instead, it becomes a driving force that adds meaning and direction to our lives. Viktor Frankl once said, "Suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning. And in using our pain for good, we give it a meaning that transcends our individual suffering." Finding a way to transform pain into purposeful action begins with identifying what matters most to you as a result of your experience. Consider the question, how can I use what I've been through to make a difference? Personal challenges can often reveal a deep sense of empathy and connection to others who are going through similar situations. Someone who has faced addiction might feel called to work with recovery programs, helping others find their way to sobriety. Or perhaps a person who has suffered the loss of a loved one feels motivated to support organizations that assist people dealing with grief. When we channel our pain toward something bigger than ourselves, not only do we find a way to ease our suffering, but we also build a life that feels purposeful and fulfilling. Imagine a man who, after surviving cancer, devotes his time to raising funds for cancer research. His journey, once defined by pain, now finds purpose as he becomes a source of strength and hope for others facing the same battle. One of the remarkable effects of purposeful action is that it shifts our focus from suffering to serving, creating a healing effect. Rather than dwelling on our own pain, we begin to see ourselves as part of a larger mission, a part of a movement that helps others overcome their struggles as well. This shift aligns our actions with a greater sense of meaning, and over time the burden we carry feels lighter. Every step we take toward this new purpose becomes a testament to our resilience and an expression of our commitment to growth. Purpose-driven action reinforces the idea that pain doesn't have to be wasted. It can be a catalyst for creating something valuable and meaningful. And as we step into this role, our lives begin to reflect not only the hardships we have faced, but the purpose we have found in using those hardships to make a difference. Another essential part of turning pain into purpose is recognizing that each small step builds resilience. Purposeful action doesn't require grand gestures. Even small acts, like volunteering, mentoring someone, or simply lending a listening ear, create a ripple effect of impact. Every time we help someone else, we reinforce our sense of control and contribution, showing ourselves that we are not helpless or defined by our suffering. This commitment to purposeful action allows us to see our lives not as shaped by the pain we've endured, but by the purpose we've chosen to pursue. Imagine someone who once felt powerless in the face of a devastating loss but now channels their energy into advocacy, raising awareness for causes close to their heart. The sense of helplessness is replaced with a deep sense of agency, and each action they take leaves a mark that turns suffering into a lasting legacy. As we journey down this path of purposeful action, it's worth reflecting on what kind of legacy we want to leave behind. When we use our pain to help others, we create a story of resilience that extends beyond ourselves, inspiring others to turn their own hardships into sources of strength. Think of the countless people who have transformed their pain into movements, support groups, or awareness campaigns that have uplifted thousands. Their lives become testimonies to the power of using suffering as a force for good, showing that no experience is too painful to be transformed into a source of light for others. In the end, turning pain into purposeful action is not just about personal healing, but about making a positive impact on the world. When we commit to this journey, we find that our pain has been transformed into a legacy of resilience, one that inspires others to rise above their struggles and do the same. By shifting from self-focus to outward purpose, we create a life story that is not defined by suffering, but by the strength we found in serving others. If you're ready to transform your struggles into strength, show your dedication by commenting, "I choose resilience." Stay tuned and make sure to subscribe so you're always moving forward with us. 10. Viewing pain as a guide to patience and acceptance. Reframing pain as a teacher of patience and acceptance is one of the most transformative ways we can learn to coexist with life's inevitable hardships. Often, when we encounter pain, our instinct is to resist, to seek immediate relief, or to wish it away. Yet sometimes the most profound growth comes from learning to simply be with our pain, seeing it as an opportunity to cultivate patience and acceptance. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom teaches us that our response to pain, whether we choose to resist or embrace it, determines its effect on us. By viewing pain not as an adversary but as a natural part of our journey, we reduce the emotional resistance that often worsens suffering, discovering that patience allows us to navigate our burdens with a sense of inner peace. Think of it as learning to swim with the current rather than fighting against it. the struggle fades, and we find ourselves carried forward with less resistance. How might it change your life if, instead of bracing against your pain, you accepted it with patience and an open heart? This shift in perspective isn't about giving up. Rather, it involves a mindful practice of observing pain without judgment, which helps us see it not as a sign of weakness but as an essential part of life's cycle. When we bring our focus to the present moment, we allow ourselves to experience pain fully, without the additional suffering that comes from wishing things were different. By practicing mindfulness, we develop the ability to sit with discomfort, understanding that pain, like all things, is temporary. For example, consider someone recovering from a long-term illness. Accepting the healing process instead of resisting it allows them to focus on each small victory, each sign of progress, rather than becoming overwhelmed by the frustration of the journey. This mindset shift, where pain is seen as a teacher of patience rather than an enemy to be conquered, enables us to carry our burdens more lightly and with dignity. Ask yourself, what if each painful moment was an invitation to deepen your patience, to trust the process, and to allow growth to unfold at its own pace? Acceptance also brings us face to face with the transient nature of life, teaching us a balanced perspective that neither clings to joy nor despairs in hardship. Pain reminds us that all experiences, both joyful and painful, are temporary, and that life is ever-changing. This realization allows us to appreciate the good moments more deeply, knowing they won't last forever, and to endure the difficult times with greater strength, trusting that they too will pass. When we stop viewing pain as something that must be defeated and instead see it as a natural teacher, we cultivate a deep inner resilience. Imagine the calm that comes from knowing that even in the most challenging times, you are building patience, learning acceptance, and fostering a sense of gratitude for all of life's experiences. This approach doesn't eliminate pain, but it transforms how we experience it, giving us the strength to carry on with grace and an open heart. In this way, pain becomes a pillar of resilience, showing us how to navigate life's ups and downs with greater grace and strength. It teaches us to release the illusion of control, recognizing that we can't avoid every hardship, but we can control how we respond. The acceptance of pain doesn't mean we resign ourselves to suffering. It means we choose to carry it with courage, understanding that it is an integral part of our journey. Each time we accept pain rather than fighting it, we gain a deeper sense of peace and a stronger foundation to face future challenges. By learning to view pain as a teacher, we discover that patience and acceptance guide us through the hardest moments, helping us grow into individuals who are capable of embracing life fully, in both its highs and its lows. As you continue on this journey, remember these principles. Embrace your pain, reflect on your experiences, build resilience, and know that your story has the power to uplift not only you but everyone you touch along the way. You hold the potential for greatness within you, and that power to turn pain into something remarkable is there, waiting for you to unlock it. All it takes is your choice. Your choice to rise above challenges, to embrace struggles, and to let them fuel your path forward. When you make that choice, you're not just transforming your life, you're impacting the lives of those around you. This is the legacy you'll leave, a legacy of resilience, strength, and inspiration, showing others that they too can rise, overcome, and embrace their journeys. So stand strong, embrace your purpose, and step boldly into your greatness. The world is ready for your impact. If you found value in today's video, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic In Your Life. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming videos on transforming challenges into strengths. Thank you for watching, and let's keep growing together.